Hello and welcome to Dream Glow. Today we have a video of a boy named Arin find a book that can tell you your future. Arin was a quiet 16-year-old student who loved spending time alone in the school library. He felt safe among the shelves of old books, and the peaceful silence gave him a place where he could breathe. School always felt overwhelming to him. The noise of classrooms, the pressure of grades, and the feeling of never being good enough made him hide away in the library whenever he could. On a rainy afternoon when clouds covered the sky and the world felt gray, he walked along the oldest corner of the library searching for something new to read. That was when he noticed a dusty black book that looked as if no one had touched it for years. The title on the cover was very simple. It said Tomorrow. Arin felt a strange pull toward it. He reached out, and the moment his fingers touched the cover, he felt warmth, like the book was alive. Confused but curious, he sat at a wooden table and opened it. The first page was blank for a moment, and then glowing words slowly appeared as if an invisible hand was writing them. The message said, "Tomorrow you will ace your mathematics test." Arin froze. He had not studied, and mathematics was usually the toughest subject for him. The next morning he walked into class still thinking about the strange message. When the teacher handed out the test, something unbelievable happened. The questions on the paper were exactly the ones he had practiced the night before while thinking about the prediction. Everything matched perfectly, and Arin scored the highest marks in class. He kept wondering if the book could really show the future or if he was imagining everything. That night he sat on his bed, opened the book again, and watched as new glowing words formed. It predicted he would win the school race. It guided him to do good things like finding a lost wallet and returning it to its owner. It also mentioned helping a new student who would need a friend. Each day Arin's life began to change. He felt like the universe had suddenly become brighter. He started believing in himself because everything he did seemed to turn out well. Days passed and Arin grew more confident. The book felt like a magical friend that wanted him to do better and become a kinder person. But everything changed one night. He opened the book expecting another positive message, but instead he saw something that made his heart drop. The glowing words said, "Tomorrow at 4:15 a fire will start in your school. Someone will not survive." Arin felt a wave of fear rush through his chest. His hands shook as he read the line again and again. He wished the message would disappear or change. He even tried to close the book and reopen it, but the words remained. For the first time, he felt the weight of the future pressing on him. The next morning, Arin walked into school with fear hidden under every breath. He did not tell anyone because he knew nobody would believe him. Instead, he decided to act. He checked the chemistry lab, the kitchen, the storerooms, every place where a fire could start. Students walked past him confused as he moved quickly through the hallways searching for danger. Minutes felt like hours as he waited for the clock to reach 4:15. He kept thinking about the book and wondered if he truly had the power to change what was written. At T4:14 a spark burst from a loose electrical switch inside the storeroom. Arin's eyes widened. He ran toward it, and without wasting a second, he pulled the fire alarm. The loud ringing filled the hallways as smoke began to rise from the storeroom. Students panicked and teachers guided them toward the exits. Arin grabbed a fire extinguisher and ran into the storeroom. Smoke burned his eyes and his lungs felt heavy, but he refused to stop. He fought the growing flames with all the strength he had. While he battled the fire, he saw the book fall from his backpack and land on the floor. It opened by itself. New words appeared saying, "One life remains in danger." Arin knew exactly what that meant. Someone was still inside. Without thinking about his safety, he ran back into the hallway filled with smoke. Through the thick fog, he saw a figure coughing and struggling. It was Mira, a quiet girl from his class. A heavy metal shelf had fallen and trapped her. Arin rushed to her side. Mira could barely breathe. Arin pushed the shelf with all his strength. It was hot and heavy, but he refused to give up. Finally, the shelf moved enough for Mira to crawl out. Arin helped her stand and wrapped his arm around her shoulders, guiding her toward the exit.
Behind them, the ceiling groaned and pieces of it began to fall. Flames crept closer, but Arin kept going. Every step felt like a battle against fear and smoke. With one final effort, they jumped out of the doorway as the burning ceiling collapsed behind them. They were safe. Fire trucks arrived and students stood outside watching the smoke fade into the sky. Mira looked at Arin with deep gratitude and disbelief. Arin looked down at the book lying near his feet. The pages were turning blank on their own. A final message appeared saying the future can change when courage chooses differently. Then the book closed and never wrote another word.
From that day, Arin understood something powerful. The book had guided him, but courage had saved everyone. He no longer relied on predictions and no longer doubted himself. He studied harder, helped others without being told, and trusted his own choices. The book stayed with him not as a magical tool, but as a reminder that real strength comes from inside. Arin learned that destiny is not something written on a page. Destiny is something created by the brave, by those who choose to act with courage, kindness, and determination. And from that moment, Arin walked forward, building a future shaped by his own heart.